You didn't have to send somebody over to tell me not to talk to you, like, ever. You don't have to send somebody to pretend to be your girlfriend. Like, I was in the 6th grade and I had a crush on this boy who was in the 8th grade. And I was like really shy back then, so I would never like approach him or anything. He didn't even know I existed. I just like kind of had a crush on him from afar or whatever. The thing about it was, this was around time Young Lloyd first came out, and I got his CD, and I would always listen to Player's Prayer on the repeat, thinking about this boy. And the crazy thing is, the guy had like hair, like braids, like Young Lloyd did. He kind of resembled him to me, and he kind of had like the same type of higher voice. It wasn't like deep or anything. So anyway, maybe it's because we were kids, but anyway, he reminded me kind of Young Lloyd, and I already like had a crush on Young Lloyd. I had a crush on him, and I had the CD, the CD player, and the little headphones you put on. I'm just sitting in my room thinking like, oh, I really like this boy or whatever. And anyway, I'm just starstruck by this little boy. One day, at my after school program, I just happened to tell this girl that I liked him. And I don't know why I ended up telling her, because we weren't really close friends or anything. We just went to the same after school program. But I ended up telling her, and she was like, I'm gonna tell him. And I was like, no, you're not. And so she let it go. At my middle school, we had something called the Green Top. So we're waiting on the Green Top. It's like the bus area, and it's crowded. It's such a small area for so many kids that ride the bus. So we're waiting here, and you know, I'm standing in a circle with the people I'm like going to after school with, and everyone's just talking. I'm just standing there. Like I said, I was kind of shy, so I didn't really, you know, get into that. I didn't never like to be in the center of attention of anything. I never tried to be. I just wanted to blend in. Like back in middle school, I was so shy. I just, you know, I wouldn't classify myself as a nerd, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not trying to stand out. So anyway, she came up to me and was like, okay, so I'm gonna tell him. I was like, no, you're not. And she was like, yes, I am. And so she called him over there. She like yelled his name. We'll just call him K for right now, because that's what his name began with. So she was like, K. He turned, and I was like, oh my gosh. My heart completely dropped almost out of my chest, because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's gonna happen. Let me turn around. So I was like, I got to get up out of here. So I turned around and I like went to walk off. And at the time, I had this huge pink book bag. Like I had a lot of books in it, and it sagged. It was so nerdy. It like sagged down. Like it was the nerdiest thing ever. And so when I turned around to like walk away, she grabbed the little top part of my book bag. And I'm like just pulled back like that, because all my books and everything is in it, and she's pulling me back on top of that. So I'm like, it's embarrassing, and everybody at that time is now like watching us, and now they see me getting jerked back by the book bag. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so ashamed, so embarrassed. And by the time I turned around, he was there, and she was telling him, she was pointing at me and was like, she likes you, or that girl wants to talk to you or something, and all that. And he just turned around and walked away, and it was the most embarrassing thing ever, because now everyone's circled, crowded around us. You know, like how kids get when it's about to be a fight or something. So it was like legit, everyone was watching. And so I was like, I was so embarrassed. The fact that he turned around and walked away was even worse without even saying anything. So it's like, wow, he really had no interest, and I wasn't even trying to pursue anything. I just wanted to like him from afar. You know, I wasn't trying to, I was, like I said, I was scared to talk on the phone with guys, much less approach anyone about anything, especially at that age. Like I was scared. Like I was so embarrassed, and that's not even the end of it. So he went over there, and then he started whispering to this little girl, and she was just, She was the sickening type of little girl with that little ponytail and everything. So anyway, she was loud. It's just not my cup of tea. So he's whispering to her, and I'm thinking, don't want to have to get involved in any ratchet behavior or anything. She comes to my face and she's like, do you like him? And I was like, I mean, kinda, yeah. Like, it was pretty much out at that time. It was already out. I mean, I couldn't really lie about it. She was like, that's my boyfriend, so don't try to talk to him. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not, or whatever. And she turned around and went back over there, and it was pretty much over. I was shamed. I was so shamed. I see him like the next day with some other girl sitting on his lap, and then I find out that that wasn't even his girlfriend. That was just his friend, and he sent her over there to pretend to be his girlfriend so she can scare me off so I won't talk to him. What? Like, to me, I'm like, what? Is it really that bad? Like, do you really have to do all that? Is it really that necessary for you to do all that? But he like totally did me wrong. It was totally uncalled for. The situation was so like childish, and I guess we were kids, but who does that? So that really hurt my feelings hard. I did not want to go to school after that. I was so embarrassed, and so many people witnessed it, but it doesn't matter, because in the end he became a bum, like they always do. And I went to college and I'm here. Okay, well, that's it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.